What up, everybody? We're gonna try this going live. I'm uploading a couple new reels. Let's get the banner taken up here. Yeah, we in this bitch like fucking, like we out here. We're gonna try to get some YouTube videos in here today. I don't know how good my data's gonna be. My love, everybody. Everybody tuning in. My love. So we can get it to cooperate. Probably not. Looks like it's already lagging now. Had a good one picked out too. Wait for it to load up. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Keep trying to bring them to you as much as I can. It's really lagging. I don't even get this option on my phone, so I have to use the computer for this. What up, D? My love. To my buddy Justin, I said happy motherfucking birthday. If I could give him a big ass hug, I would today. My homie girl. Try to get off. This thing's really pissing me off today. Trying to get in, get this video up. It's Taking a while. My fucking heels hurt so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, B. You got to get the gel ins. I learned that when I worked in the factory. I had to get the gel inserts. It sucks, I know. Still here with you guys. I'm trying to get it pulled up. We gotta give it a shot. I'm Donald J. Trump, and he approved this message. He's talking shit about Camilla. All right, let's see if this works. All right, we up here.
I always say, you don't go back to not knowing. You are now awake, and you will take this information with you and apply it to the next story, where they will tell you that a building was built in a year by a quarry owner that never built anything before and never again in his entire life. And we have a bonus today as a thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. But before we do this, I'm going to make this extremely clear. I do not have a problem with any group, race, religion, or any of that. These narratives cover all races, religions, and agendas. So now that we're clear on that, we have the Yeshiva University High School. This is a modern Orthodox Jewish day school located on 2540 Amsterdam Avenue, New York, New York. It only has 300 students aged 14 to 18. Only boys are allowed in the school. For anyone that has not seen episode 35, you may want to check that one out after this, so you fully understand the legal definition of the word founded. Let's pretend that we constructed an incredible building that looks just like this one. Would we say that we found it?
What up, Will?
Or would we say that we built it? Honestly, it's as simple as that. We do not say that we founded our houses. This is ridiculous and incredible that the word founded has been thought of as built for so long. The founding fathers, they found a lot of stuff that they didn't build. Telling you is a rule for some reason. Being able to tell you something and you not understand what you're saying is still you accepting that you're being told something. This is a classic spell that is cast. It is a deception tactic. The word spelling is literally spell casting. Founded is not constructed or built. All right, let's get back to the school. What do we see here in the alumni section? We haven't found more people that found a bunch of stuff, have we? Actually, we found 6 people that seem to be good at finding things, all having something to do with this building that was found. Now, the individual who found this building is surely a great guy who wouldn't steal anything or say that a building that he finds is his, or would he? The TA, as it originally was called, was founded in 1916.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. Let's go here.
Yang shows 2 photons being entangled in real time, so it's true.
That's
a stunning
crazy.
experiment which reconstructs the properties of entangled protons from a 2D interface pattern. When you quantumly entangle 2 photons, they look like yin and yang. Do you know how insane this is? These particles are entangled in some way where they don't have to be in the same place and time, but they react to each other. It's a weird connection between 2 far apart particles that Albert Einstein objected to as spooky action at a distance. Enables 2 light particles or photons to become inextricably bound to each other so that a change to one causes a change in the other, no matter how far apart they are, as any measurement of one also causes an instantaneous change in the other.
fan of the yin and yang. I don't know why, but quantum yin and yang. This is interesting. Let me know your thoughts below on this. What's good? You guys already know what time it is. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive into these videos.
The yin yang. We've all seen this symbol, but what does it actually mean? Now, this symbol is a lot more complex than people think. It's so much more than just light and dark or any of these dualities. It actually represents the unfolding process of creation according to Chinese metaphysics. Now, in Chinese philosophy, it is said that before all things, there was simply Wu Ji, an obscure word that often has three meanings: the infinite, the non-polar, and the void or nothingness. In this way, Wu Ji could represent an infinite, non-dual, metaphysical nothing that came before everything. It is an undifferentiated state of pure oneness that existed before duality, which nonetheless contains the potential for differentiation. Now, out of this potential, there came the differentiation into duality, or yin and yang, two forces that are the archetypes of all complementary opposites in the universe, like life and death, creation and destruction, male and female, and so on. Now, it is said that the yin and yang actually came together and created Taiji, which is the symbol that most of you know. It represents what happens when yin and yang come together and create an eternal dance that basically transforms everything in the universe. This dance is essentially the heartbeat of the universe, according to which everything around us is always undergoing a constant cycle of change and transformation of opposites. For example, from night to day and day to night, creating an everlasting dance between night and day. Or from life and death to life, creating an everlasting dance between life and death. And the same goes for all dualities. Now I'll go over how this transformation of opposites actually happens in part 2. And for those that don't want to wait, you can watch my new YouTube video in which
Yin and yang are more real than we thought. Scientists have recently re-imaged two entangled particles which produce a yin-yang-like photo. Entangled particles are so deeply connected that they can send information instantaneously from across the universe. This action is what Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance. Quantum entanglement is a non-local function which proves that consciousness resides outside of the body and can eternally interact with all known dimensions.
All right, let's talk about this symbol right here. And all right, let's talk about this symbol right here and what it means. This is the yin-yang symbol, also known as Taijitsu, and it simply represents our perceived duality in life as one whole. That the good goes with the bad, that the highs go with the lows, and that these two often opposing things, or seemingly opposing things, always have seeds planted in one another. That is to say, if we thought of black as death and white as life, these two things are always in flux, right? From life comes death, and from death comes life. They're not inherently separate, they are part of the same process, a unified process. Without one, there cannot be another. Or if we think of one as happiness and one as sadness, the seed of happiness exists in sadness the same way the seed of sadness exists in happiness. Because those two experiences, although we perceive them separately, are tied together. Without one, we cannot know the other, and vice versa. It simply wants to show us that everything we experience in life, no matter what levels it might be on, are unified and tied together in some form. All right, let's talk about this symbol right here and what it means. This is the yin-yang.
My favorite story of the day is that quantum photography has revealed that two entangled photons look almost identical to a yin-yang. You can see the left uncolored photo here of the raw image, and then one that's been recolored to show it just a little bit more clearly on the right-hand side. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a yin-yang, yin and yang, the classic Chinese Confucius symbol. You've probably seen this on temples. You've probably seen this in martial arts films. If you're familiar with my content, well, you've probably just seen it here on my arm. We'll get a nice close-up of that. And I think this is super cool. So what these aren't atoms. These are photons that have been entangled. That's kind of what quantum computing is running on at the moment and a focus of research. And you might have heard about Einstein's spooky action at a distance, which is when photons become entangled with each other, their properties also become entangled. And even though you can separate them If you collapse one photon, to the best of our ability to tell, the other photon will collapse in a similar or identical way, if I'm not mistaken, despite the distance. A lot of our theory is that information itself cannot travel faster than the speed of light, and this tentatively seems to violate that. And I find that kind of surprising. And what's also very cool about this is the way it works. So, quantum tomography. By taking a complex quantum state and applying a projection to it, they measure some property belonging to the state, such as its polarity, momentum, isolation, others, and they repeat this multiple times with each other to get multiple states, because a quantum object can have a variety of states. And then the hard part is getting rid of the disallowed non-physical states that maybe kind of sort of don't exist in the same way that we think about them existing. And they use optical holograms to kind of fast track that process and only show the accessible, easy, we'll generously say, real parts of a quantum object. All parts are real, but let's keep it simple for now. And I just think this is super cool. And maybe the ancient Chinese were onto something. My favorite story of the day is that quantum photography.
That is incredibly interesting. Maybe they were onto something.
Only have heard.
Real quick, I'm gonna tell you why yin yang is demonic. You ever seen that coexist sign, right? All religions are the same, they got the same gods and everything else. That's because there is a secret society that has been around since literally Adam and Eve. I'm gonna try to simplify this as much as possible. Every esoteric art, every alchemy, any kind of magic or whatever you want to call it in each of these cultures, work off of a bastardized understanding given by Satan himself of angelic knowledge. But do you think that Satan's gonna give you the real deal? Satan is a lawyer and he's a brash businessman. Their whole good versus evil stuff is only controlled opposition in the spirit realm. Because this is where you get the good magic, white magic versus black magic. Under whose authority? If it's not under God's authority, it's evil. As much as you try to fake and pretend like you got morals, you're just copying off of God, establishing your own judgments. That's why witches and these druids and whatnot got to put stuff in your face in the media and everything else and tell you what they're about to do before they do it, because they believe in karmic retribution. If they tell you what they're going to do beforehand and put it in your face and you do not oppose it, it is full legal grounds for them, right, quote unquote, to do what they want, and they're not going to get punished for it because, well, they told you. For example, they can tell you, well, we made this artificial sweetener. So they let you know that this is not real sugar. This is man-made, it's fake, but it tastes sweet. But then you find out that this stuff causes cancer. Well, we told you it was artificial. If you did the whole background homework on it, that's your problem. We didn't have to. We told you it was man-made. Karmic retribution. Or for example, somebody could teach you, well, I'm going off of God's laws, right? We teach healthy, godly marriage. Sounds good, right? Because they're using Bible verses. But then you find out that their version of a healthy marriage is totally toxic, and they'll use Bible verses to justify it. Karmic retribution. So depending on your flavor, you can just be outright wicked and lawless, right? Lawless, even though they got their laws as well. And Satan will give you his demons, the offspring of the angels, to help you out. Or you can have a higher moral ground and be a magical lawyer, and Satan will give you the white side, the fallen angels. You don't remember? I will go up into the heavens and I will be as the Most High and be the Most High. If it's not from the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob himself, it's demonic. Real quick, I'm going to tell you why yin yang is demonic.
And this is a heated debate. Top comment says yin yang, light and darkness.